All right, I'm sitting here with Patrick Hogan, fourth place winner of the Masters 45 of the Backyard Boogie Crit. Wanted to leave this up, and then we could get going. This is Joe Jefferson.
Sonny is like signing contracts on the day.
Just
got a great voice.
Benitez is in the building also.
Can't hear anything. What are you saying, Joe?
Is that Marsh down there?
He's making fun of us.
James Marsh is out there.
He's making
James
fun of
Marsh,
Sonny
they
the
dusted him
Trader.
off.
I didn't say this.
Yeah.
He smells like pledge.
Yeah.
They had to get the feather duster
I
on him.
can only see you in the right. I can't even see.
So here we go. We're
Can you make
going. All right, so let me get this going. All right, so the Backyard Boogie, Masters, 35, 45, 55, all of the geriatrics, okay, are in this race. This is my first race back in 5 years. I trained my butt off for like 13 weeks,
But it's
right?
still there.
Yep, 13 weeks just so I could do a 40-minute crit. I was basically couch fitness, and this was my Tour de France, Patrick. My only goal was to finish and hang out with my boys, and it was great to see everybody and to see a lot of old faces and new faces. So,
To be fair, this is the most renowned course in MABRA.
hey, you got to start somewhere or restart somewhere. So,
high degree of difficulty.
How did your race go? You were at the front. You've had a great season, a lot of podiums.
Yeah.
But we brought a big team, seven guys, and nobody brought a ton of fitness, but it was still fun. But
we had 7 guys, but we had 1 in shape guy, so we had 6. 6.
Who was the in shape guy?
Pete Warner. I would say Pete Warner was the in shape guy.
Pete's in shape for sure.
Pete's in shape. So, but the race was good. Mixed fields are hard for mixed bag. It says mixed fields go. It is you don't know who's who in the sprint, and that makes it hard. When you go to a full screen, it gets real choppy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, you're saying like you can't tell who's who in a 35, 45, 55.
I don't know.
I think there were like 25 of each. The 35 and 45, and then 7 or 8 really old guys, 55. And there's Matt Albanese. Check out those legs on a red DMC bike right to my right-hand side. He's wearing his watch.
The Greek guy.
And I really want everybody to see his leg. There's this whole wheel velo guy. He always wears a Camelback down there, number 588.
Very thirsty.
That's a pretty hot move. There he is. Matt, you've got to fix your bib shorts on the backside. You've got beautiful calves, but you're scrunched up.
Yeah. Well, that guy's very thirsty up there. It's a long race.
Right. It's a very long race.
Yes.
And I chopped this up. There's a big bump right there, right before the sprint. I'm really shocked that nobody took a nosedive. So I love this race as a first race back into like the mix. It was fast. There's only like, each lap really only had like a 30-second effort, if that, every lap to go up a little hill. So it was just enough for me to get a taste, and very fast. But I was basically pack fodder the whole race. But again, it was just great to mix it up. Getting it in, GII Cycling,
threw down a
great job.
Weekend. They threw down a whole weekend.
I didn't know that they had a century the day before.
The day before.
Yeah.
So,
but you show up to this race, there's tents lining the course. Joe Jefferson's on the mic. Everybody knows Joe. He's a great commentator and race announcer. Then you've got DJ Battle on the turntables playing like old school hip hop and doing his thing. And it was a nice little party, I'd say.
It was a good time. This race was good. It was had a lot of, you could feel like this was like the end of the race season feel. Everybody just wanted one more shot at some glory. Brought everybody out. We had like 65 guys in this race.
Yeah, that's all. And it felt like it was 2003, seeing all
You know?
All these old faces. So what we're going to have to do, Patrick, is you and I are going to have to look at your race footage, because it's a lot more interesting than, as my kids like to look at this footage and say, oh, you're just like looking at a bunch of butts. So your footage, like we could take a look at like the last 10 minutes or so, break it down to, you know, from a bike doctor racing perspective, where we failed to deliver you to the line.
Yeah.
You know,
it's all on you guys. It's never
it's all
mine.
on us. How are we going to beat DJ Brew? He's
I mean,
so
look how big
fast.
I am. Look how big I am in this video. I mean,
You are big. You should have had an advantage.
Yes.
Going down this hill.
My camera is so tall on my helmet that DJ Brew thinks that I'm 20 feet tall while recording. But, maybe I am. So, well, yeah. I mean, this was fun. I gotta say, like, if you don't have a ton of fitness, you could still be competitive in this race. And
that was me.
I think that's the big draw of this type of course. And yeah, we'll check out my footage, and we could talk about where we did wrong again. But it's fun.
Look, I mean, it is strung out here. Like, this is, it's not necessarily single file.
Is this the end of the? Where are we in the race?
This is like towards the early part of the race, like 6 or 7 minutes in, 6 minutes in. So people are still fresh and pushing it. And this little chicane right here was really fun. But I will say that, you know, this course is really fun, and who knows how long this course is going to last. Like, it's been around for 10 years, and literally there's construction in the background. So we might not be seeing this race for very much longer after this year.
Look at that. I'm so sculpted. 210 pounds of sculpted.
Well, I'm about the same. I'm right there with you. So the two of us next to each other is a formidable scene.
We're very draftable.
Yeah.
That's great. So, yeah, I mean, how you feeling here, though? You feeling good in this part of the race?
Yeah, you know, I settled in the early part of this race, like when we clipped in and got going, like I just had a grin ear to ear, like, hey, I'm back racing. It's been about 5 years. I think I looked it up on race results. I think on the way there, I said, man, when's the last time I raced? And I couldn't believe I hadn't even looked that up. But it was 2017, and I had done a few races. But basically from 2014 to this year, I hadn't really put in a training block. Like, I'd just been riding. There's not a lot of group rides where I do, so I hadn't been getting the intensity. So I've just been kind of soul riding, mountain biking, just doing enough to get along. And then I said, I was sitting around in May, and I said, you know what, let's do a race. And I looked for some races on the calendar. There wasn't a lot. There's not a lot. And I found this one in August, and I was like, well, if I put, 12, 13 weeks together, I could at least put together, increase my overall power so I won't get dropped. And that's kind of what happened. I didn't.
No, you didn't. And that was the best part. We were really proud of you. Six out of shape guys were really proud of you.
Todd is coming back from COVID.
Yeah, he almost died, but oh well.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome back, Todd.
I wish I had that kind of determination.
No, that's not really an excuse for not winning, Todd. So.
Yeah, he looked good. He looked a little tired though. Fife is always, consistent. Just always up there in the top third. We have Warner.
James Marsh back in,
James Marsh, the best little tidbit from Joe Jefferson was they had to dust them off with some pledge and get the feather duster out. So that was pretty funny. There's Matt Albanese again.
Look at that.
Oh my gosh.
Like a Greek god, so sculpted. Wow.
Those calves.
Amazing. Look at that. Everyone's impressed. Everyone's staring. He's not. Look at that. All these guys are staring.
I almost crashed.
I know. I don't blame you. So,
I mean, bike racing can be really boring if you don't have a lot of things going on in your head.
Does it look like people just turning pedals?
And it's kind of funny, like when you're in these races and you know you have a low amount of fitness, you can't go anywhere you want, like
no.
You know what I'm saying? But like when you are fit, you're like, oh, I think I'll go in the front, I'll go in the back, I'll
do
go
what
to the right,
want.
left, do whatever you want. But you know, when you're trying to conserve energy like I was, just unsure, you kind of see the same guys, you know, same wheels, the whole race. So here, sitting right behind John Whittington of NCVC, you can tell by his calf tattoo.
Look at that.
And then Pete Lindemann.
Yeah, he won this race in, well, Pete, he got off on a breakaway in April. Maybe not so much today, but he did in April.
Oh, it's incredible. And he's a 55 pluser too, I believe. And then I believe that's DJ.
He's
DJ
won.
Brew,
He barely wins. I wonder if he'll win. He's pretty good.
He's pretty good.
He's just hunting.
Pretty good.
Yeah. But everything that you said a few minutes ago about when you're really fit, you can go to the front and back. That's him right here.
That's him all the time.
That's the epitome of that right there.
Yeah. Awesome. Oh, we have a man crush on you, DJ, if you're watching.
Love you.
Oh my God. And then this was a nice wheel too, right here. This big lateral stress velo guy. Big guys need to find other big guys.
Right.
Yep. And I spent a lot of time on this guy in black also. I don't know why. He just was. And is that Mark Frazier?
That's
right
Mark
there?
Frazier.
Yeah.
Can't miss him. Well, you could, because, you know,
he's so
like
small.
Junior.
Well,
he's 50.
He's not as small as Sonny. And he's got, look at those calves. I mean,
yeah, that
Albanese and him need to have a calf off. You know what I'm saying? You know. Like, flex off on the calves. Why not? I mean, there's a lot of like lateral stress velo guys. Like, how many people did they have?
They had like 100. I think there were 60 guys in the race, but they had 100. So
they had 100 guys.
Yeah.
Cool. And there's Fife, the Red Sox. That's how I know it's him all the time. And
his spikes aren't as sculpted, but you know he's still in there.
Yeah, Fife. They have calf implant specialists these days. If you're interested, they look pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, look at us. Look at us talking about guys' calves.
Yeah, it's good. This is our first episode of just calf talk.
Yeah, calf talk with Rob and Pat. Oh, I love it when it does that. When you're going fast, you're kind of just grasping for air, and then it slows down a little bit, and you could catch up a few spots. So the flow of this, Pat, is this side. You just kind of tuck in, right? You tuck in, and it's not a huge effort. You're going fast up this little hill. Try not to hit the storage containers.
This is so high-level bike racing. Everyone knows it.
Oh, boom! Got pinched here.
You know. So move us along.
Who's this guy with the USA shorts on? Do we need to worry about him?
Well, I mean, he's probably going to be in the Olympics. If you're in this race, you're going to be in the Olympics for sure.
I was going to ask, is he a Masters USA like champion or something?
I don't know. But this guy in green here, right in front of sculpted Cav Frazier, he's a fantastic rider. He's very fast.
And he's a 55 pluser.
Yeah, I mean, age does not matter sometimes in MABRA. That guy is fast.
That's awesome. Well, that's the motive. That's motivating, right? Is you want to look at these guys who are still racing when they're 55, like Albanese and this guy in green, and be like, okay, you know, like let's get moving. And it's hard. Like once you stop racing, once you stop riding, getting back going is hard, man. Breaking that seal.
But you're here. You're a bike racer again. You got your bike racer patch.
I got it. You gave it to me after the race. You just stuck it on my chest. All right, a little switch up, camelback guy. I mean, that is a good move, you know, the camelback.
I know. 40 minutes, you need a lot of water. And I honestly, I get it. It's 75 degrees outside.
I'm serious. I just wonder, like, what does he put in there? And like, he also has a water bottle. I noticed.
You can't cramp. If you cramp, I mean, you can't win. That's
I think he podiumed, I believe, or
I don't know. There was definitely one of them that did.
Yeah.
Or
So
two. I don't know.
Hey, you got to stay hydrated. You know, I just watched The Water Boy. It's very, very important. I'm not joning, man. I'm for real. But
it's high quality.
I want to know his hydration strategy.
I mean, yeah. I don't know. Maybe he rode 100 miles. What do we know? Who are we?
He could have ridden to the race from Virginia.
For California.
Whole Wheel Velo Club is Virginia based, I believe.
Yeah. Very good. We're just flying along here. This has been a good race. You can see how it's getting strung out.
Right. This race, I mean, it wasn't easy the whole time. It wasn't like you're just pedaling around in circles. There were attacks going fast.
This was the headwind side. This was definitely a lot of headwind here. You always do that because I always matched up the headwind with the crane. Like, if there's the crane, let's see a headwind.
Yeah. And one thing that we didn't talk about, even after the race, was the first lap. There was geese crossing the street. There's a family of ducks. Did you notice that?
I did not.
Oh. And then
it's funny you say that because one of these back in the old days when Artemis was called this Dog Days.
Yeah.
We were on this same stretch and a pack of deer crossed the street in a full sprint just before the head of the peloton came, and I don't know how anybody didn't die.
Right, and because it was on the backside of the course in this case, and I was thinking to myself, I mean, we all saw this. I guess the official would also see it, and I'm surprised that the official didn't stop the race, but we just kept plowing through, and then the next lap they were gone. So maybe they killed them. maybe USA Cycling killed them.
You're dead. Oh well.
Yeah, at least we get to race.
So where are we now? Is this still mid-race or where are we?
Let's see. Yeah, this is about the tail end. I think we're getting. I've got about 5 minutes left. There's James Marsh pulling up.
Look at that. Oh, it's good. You can tell we're starting to get really
organized.
The camera go really fast. It seems like we're getting really motivated in this part of the race.
Really. There's Pete. I mean, the other thing is we had a big team, and I mean, I remember back in the day we used to have pre-race meetings and talk about, all right, this is how we're going to do it.
Yeah.
But we didn't have any of that.
No, it didn't seem like there was much of a point. It was like, hey, there's 70 people here and we're going in a circle. Good luck with you.
All right, so let's see where we are here. This must be towards the end.
Yeah, everyone seems ready.
There was one moment, I think, up here. Yeah, like this might be one of my final laps here, or the final lap. I pulled the plug with like 3/4 of a lap to go, so I kind of took that out. But Cliff did a huge effort.
Yeah,
like, with
he did.
2 laps to go.
He did with 2 laps to go. He put a flyer in.
This is it right here. Yeah. Cliff's like up the road. I think he just got caught, or he's gonna get caught here pretty soon. And I didn't really realize it. I saw somebody from Bike Doctor up there. There's the moto up there. So I think he's getting caught as we approach 1 lap to go.
Everyone's setting up now.
There's Sonny.
Look at him. I love having that.
Is that Super Dave right in front of?
Was he in the race?
Yeah.
Yeah, there he is. Yeah, it's him.
I know there's a Super Dave lookalike. But no, that's Dave.
He rides a Giant. Yeah, that's probably
Giant. Okay. So we're approaching. This is the final thing. I think Cliff.
So what are you feeling here? Are you getting
I'm
nervous,
feeling,
or are you just like, can I hold on, or what's up?
I'm feeling like a little nerve wracked, and I feel like I know I don't have a sprint in my legs.
Right.
I'm just
Now,
like, okay, those were like, I don't have that speed work, and I don't have like the multiple power efforts, and I feel okay with like how I did. I'm like, oh, hey, kind of accomplished, you know, what I set out to do.
you did everything you wanted, and I
Yeah.
feel like this is just near the end. I always wondered, does everybody here think they can win the race at this point?
If you're sitting in the back right here, there's
Probably
chances
not.
are probably low. I think this is, let's look at the lap, 2 to go. This is 2 to go. But even still, with 2 to go, there might be an opportunity to move up here.
It gets a lot less.
It's a lot less, yeah. Like you could like start looking around. This is pretty far back, but there's Dave. Like, where did Dave end up?
I don't even know.
Yeah. So like this would be an area to move up, right? Like on the left-hand side, because the wind is coming from the right. This would be an area to like move up, but the pace,
it's probably pretty high up there. It doesn't, maybe everyone's spread here, but you could tell up there in the front it's single files.
on the pointy section.
Yep.
Yeah. But this would be a spot where you would be like, okay, I'm moving up. And then even right here.
Oh, this is a great spot. You had this, Rob. Right there.
Yeah. Messed up the whole race right here.
Right there. You ruined everything. Hey, violation. That guy's outside the cones. Oh my God.
Yeah. Hey, those cones were just they're too tight. No room for error.
Well, it tells me that we have to wrap this up in 10 minutes because I don't have I have the free version.
Oh, gotcha. I think we got 1 minute left in this video. And I got a special treat at the end.
We're definitely getting fast.
Oh my gosh. Everybody looks so good. If you were in this race, shout out to you.
Yeah.
I'm loving that jersey also. So, okay, this is where Cliff is getting caught.
Yes, this was it.
This lap, I believe, we're approaching 1 to go. There's Cliff. Okay, I yelled something at him. I had to edit it out because I yelled some explicitives at him, you know. And there, I believe that's Fuentes, maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Seems to be a leprechaun up here. I don't know what's going on.
Oh my gosh. So that's it. And then here we go. There's Sonny stealing my beer.
Oh, you thief.
Little thief. Little beer thief. Oh, I guess my stolen beer isn't good enough for you.
Here. Hey, don't tell Rob. Hey, you want to open that for me?